Good morning. It's Monday, and it's time for our devotion together. This month of May, we have been working through the book of Colossians, which is a letter from the Apostle Paul to the followers of Jesus in the city of Colossae, which would be in what we understand now as Turkey, the country of Turkey. And in chapters 1 and 2, we heard uh, something like Jesus is the center, Jesus is everything, Jesus is all in all, Jesus is the fullness of God, Jesus, well, except the language used was Christ, not just Jesus. So it's not just the human Jesus that we like to talk about, and rightly so, but very specifically the Jesus who is Messiah, who is wrapped up in all of those other things, all of those other names that we proclaim about Jesus, again, rightly so. So very specifically, Christ. Christ is the center. Christ, Christ, Christ. And now we begin looking at chapter 3, which I don't know, feels a little more practical maybe, or it certainly is therefore, right? In fact, it starts out since then, in other words, therefore, or because of. So that's where we are. Just 4 verses this morning. It's enough for contemplation for the whole day for sure. Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Everything that has been said about Christ in chapters 1 and 2, right? Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things, for you died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. And then he goes on to say more things, and we'll read those tomorrow. So consider today, what does it mean to be raised with Christ? I mean, it's certainly something we proclaim, right? And we'll hear later, baptized with Christ, died with Christ, baptized with Christ, raised with Christ. All of those phrases appear in Colossians in this middle section, and are worthy of contemplation and discussion at tables. I'll sing the song. Renew Your Church. It's number, I'm pulling it from Voices Together, number 717. Renew your church, its ministries restore, both to serve and adore. Make it again as salt throughout the land, and as light from a stand. Mid somber shadows of the night, where greed and hatred spread their blight, O send us forth with power endued, help us, God, be renewed. Teach us your word, reveal its truth divine, on our path let it shine. Tell of your works, your mighty acts of grace, from each page show your face. As you have loved us, sent your Son, and our salvation now is won. Oh, let our hearts with love be stirred. Help us, God, know your word. Teach us to pray, for you are always near. Your still voice let us hear. Our souls are restless till they rest in you, where we find strength anew. Before your presence keep us still, that we may find for us your will, and seek your guidance every day. Teach us, Christ, how to pray. Teach us to love with heart and mind and soul. You, O Christ, be our goal. Break down old walls of prejudice and hate, leave us not to our fate. As you have loved and given your life to end hostility and strife, O share your grace from heaven above. Teach us, Christ, how to love. Amen.